72 hours, 6 locations, 8 video professionals. The ingredients for a camera test shoot that would leave no feature unexplored, no situation untested. The equipment, Sony's award-winning professional digital camera, the DVCAM Its Triax configuration, its DVCAM format camcorder, the DSR-100, and a value-priced one-piece digital camcorder, the DSR-200. Now, we invite you to ride along, drive along, and fly along as we follow Camerally 4's test team and their video Vegas ventures. Attending the annual NAB convention in Las Vegas, our 8 test shooters convened at a desert location 20 miles out of town. Each pro came equipped with an individual agenda.
Well, I'm almost what you would consider a camera snob. I like to buy the best cameras there are.
I enjoy and invest at single camera film style shooting.
Our main focus is training.
We own a bunch of Steadicam rigs and we modify them for sports and for vehicle work.
I may have at any time 3 to 5 cameras. We switch, we do large screen magnification.
You can focus a lot more on creativity when you don't have to worry about if the button's in the right place.
Lately, I've been doing mostly single camera industrial or commercial production.
Anytime you go out with a police officer, you never know what's going to happen.
In a short orientation session, Sony personnel introduced the shooters to some of the key features of the DVCAM camera and DVCAM recording with the DSR-1 digital back.
This is an all-digital camera.
The camera makes a big technological step forward with new PowerHAD CCD imaging and advanced digital signal processing.
A little more compact.
The DVCAM format ensures superb picture and sound quality with component digital video and high-quality PCM digital audio. And high-performance DVCAM tapes allow long recording times. Put together, this all-digital production package is known as the DSR-100 camcorder. During their shakedown of the equipment, the group made some unexpected discoveries, such as direct color playback.
This is totally cool. I didn't realize this was going to have that.
In another configuration, the camera was docked to Sony's new Triax system, complete with a sophisticated 5-inch external viewfinder. And they discovered the unique flexibility of the camera to dock with both digital and analog recorders.
We've got a dual connector built in.
A 76-pin digital interface docks directly with the DSR-1 DVCAM recorder, and the white Pro 50-pin connector offers options for Betacam SP and other analog backs.
Analog back connector right there, built right in. That is the DVCAM back.
The DSR-1 digital back is also designed for dual use.
Right? It's a little seesaw that allows
This unique design brings DVCAM recording to existing analog cameras, easing the transition to all digital
so it's
production.
An extremely versatile package.
I have a 637 now.
Right.
I want to be able to go to a DVCAM back.
The good thing about it is it's a switchable camera. By this camera head, I can put a Betacam SP on it. Later on, I could put a digital DVCAM back on it and immediately go right into digital recording.
With basics behind them, the Camerally team was anxious to make pictures. It was time for them to start their engines. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, first stop on the Camerally test drive. While professional race car drivers took their fine-tuned machines for a spin, the Camerally team revved up their own high-performance equipment. Bob set up out on Pit Road, the action end of Mike's test of Sony's new Triax system. For Mike, who specializes in multi-camera coverage of live events, adding Triax capabilities to this camera was a real plus.
My current limitations are at least one of them is my cable length, which is why I was so interested in the Triax.
Okay, here we go.
Right now we use CCU cable, which limits me to 328 feet.
An inherent benefit of Triax systems is that cable runs can be nearly 5,000 feet in length.
With Triax, I'm going to be able to move my cameras to the back of the ballroom or the back of the convention center and get them out of the sight line of the attendees.
The new system includes a camera adapter with a rotary Triax connector.
Yeah, nice feature.
Dockable with both the digital DXC D30 and analog DXC 637 cameras. The adapter outputs component analog video with 2 channels of program audio. At the CCU, a complete complement of connectors provides component and composite video outputs for monitoring and recording. The whole system operates on either AC or 12-volt DC power, and built right in is a versatile intercom system.
That's one of the other really good things I liked about it is with that particular CCU control, you can use ClearCom or RTS, or just use the CCU control itself, which we were using today, and it worked great.
I like that it hooks right into the camera. You don't have a separate belt pack.
In my situation, we use ClearCom a lot. We have to constantly adapt that to whatever control units we have. In this situation, I won't have to. I can just select a switch for ClearCom, or if I'm in a situation where my client has RTS for communication, it's nothing but a switch.
The system will also transmit teleprompter signals, as well as 2 channels of return video. The CCU can be outfitted with a camera operations unit for control of basic camera and color functions. This compact one-piece unit is useful where space is limited. More sophisticated control is provided by a separate remote control panel. In addition to basic control and paint operations, this unit provides full control over camera setup functions.
I love that remote control. I'm a control freak. All the video people are, you know. The more buttons you have and the more control you have, the more you like it, the more I like it. That control unit basically gave me controls that before I'd have to open up the camera, have an extender card, and an oscilloscope sitting there on a bench to make the adjustments. All those functions were available right there on that CCU control. It helps me in troubleshooting. It tells me if I have a cable error, which I thought was a really nice feature.
The remote control panel will store parameters for 16 individual camera setups. From multi-camera matching, this data can be copied to other units, or the unit can be connected directly to the DXC D30 camera head via the 10-pin remote connector for setup and matching. The next setup featured the camera docked to the DVCAM recorder and mounted on Tony's newest Steadicam rig.
You ready to go out there and go fast?
Ready to go.
All right, well, let's walk around the car and make sure everything's all right.
Okay.
We'll set that right up here. We'll have crew members out on the pavement out here, and they'll be out there checking height.
It's the best camera I've ever flown on this system. The profile is terrific. It's heavy enough that it gives it some sort of mass and stability to the rig, yet it's light enough that you can fly it for long periods of time.
Everything right now looks great.
I like the power consumption. We were running a long time with one battery.
Let me help you with your helmet.
Great.
Lou showed me a monitor out, which is a function that was terrific. It just placed all the information that I needed on the green screen. This way, all the information was on my monitor, so I could fire it off. I could see my stops. I could see if I was in game. So that was a great function.
Tony relied on many of the camera's automatic functions, including intelligent auto iris. The precise and subtle response of this smart feature was an eye-opener for Tony, as well as for Gibb and Don.
With Steadicam, I can't see zebra in the eyepiece, can't see any sort of pattern, so I have no idea. I mean, I could go by like with a film camera, and I could meter everything and set an iris just like a film camera. In a case like this, because we're shooting 360, we can't afford to have any fill light or any artificial lighting here. The auto iris is the only way to do it.
I rarely use an auto iris feature because I'm scared to death of auto iris. They fluctuate too much. But the Steadicam followed us in from a very bright outdoor situation into a low light fluorescent situation. Everything was auto. It tracked us beautifully. This camera did a job that I would sell to anyone.
This is auto iris going from, it's nice. I mean, it went from an auto iris directly from sunlight into shade with couldn't see it iris at all. Very interesting. Looks pretty good, doesn't it, on auto iris? You don't see any transition at all.
Right as it goes in from the sunlight to the shade, it's smooth.
Almost seamless.
Tony, as well as the crew documenting his test run, encountered challenging contrasts between the bright desert sun and the interior of the vehicle, pushing dynamic range to the max. The camera's power-had CCDs and new digital technology can now process images with a latitude once reserved for film. A function called deinterlacing allowed them to properly expose for the driver in the dark interior and still hold details in the ultra-bright exterior, including the mountain range seen out the front window of the car. The phenomenal dynamic range and color reproduction of the camera were demonstrated again and again throughout the weekend as shooters dealt with all kinds of lighting situations.
Stand by.
This is really tough because the foreground is real dark, the background is real bright. They handled the brightness pretty well on the buildings there.
Normally in this situation you'd see a total loss of detail.
Yeah.
But there's nothing in that picture where you don't see detail.
Yeah, see how that's without deinterlacing out there. That's before we turned it on.
Let me get set up on this.
Yeah, we want to go deinterlacing on high.
And then how do we get to the black?
Black stretches right here.
Contrast ratios are quite a problem with video. It was quite dark inside of the car. It's not lit inside of the car.
To the middle dial.
Yeah, let me get it up to there.
It's maxed out now.
Okay, dude. Do your thing.
You're going to ride the iris now, right?
Okay.
When I came down into the window, we picked up a reflection of the sun on the door, yet we wanted to see detail inside the car and of the gauges. But using a combination of the black stretch and deinterlacing, we were able to pull out the detail of the gauges in the dashboard, making an aesthetically pleasing and usable shot.
And I was just irising up right here as he came into the car.
With deinterlacing, we were able to see both the dark areas and not be over 100% IRE.
I mean, that's perfect. That's it right at 100. This part right here.
In a normal situation, this right here would have clamped me down so much that you never would have been able to see any of this.
Yeah.
It looks like you have a light in the car, but
Yeah,
you don't.
it does.
And this looks beautiful.
I know. And the fact that this guy can drive this car without the steering wheel attached
that's
is even
really-
more awesome.
That's really neat.
With track tests behind them, the shooters hit the hometown streets as Shelley and Don took firm command of the DSR-100 to document the facts, just the facts.
Our video unit consists of two people, myself and my partner, Don Bell. His background is on the photographic side. He does all of the shooting.
And she is the writer, producer, and on-air talent.
I will pick up a camera when it's necessary. And when it comes to editing,
It's a tag team affair, and we'll sit there and bounce ideas back and forth on what we think looks best.
so we complement each other quite well. We both know exactly what we need to do, and we both get our jobs done, and it meshes perfectly.
We're kind of one-stop shopping for video here. We may end up shooting our talking head with our sheriff, and then a few minutes later be out on patrol with a helicopter looking for somebody or something. Jump in a car with patrol, be on the road with them.
Taking two different roads this night, Shelley headed out on ground patrol, while Don invited Tony to suit up and secure their camcorders for the ultimate low-light assignment.
We went along with air support tonight on what would start out as a normal patrol night with air support. We started out shooting most everything just 0 dB, the way the camera is preset.
So is this 0 still?
Yeah, this is 0. We responded to a bar fight, and by the time we arrived, this is what's left over. The light flashing through is the night sun on the bottom of the helicopter.
Forward just a bit. I mean, the only light that we were getting is just reflecting up off of the buildings. I mean, to the eye, there was nothing here.
We went over one mobile home park that there was very low light in, and at 0 dB, you couldn't see much of anything. So it came up through the menu to 9, it started bringing things out to 18, and went back to 0, and then hit hyper gain, and suddenly the mobile homes were popping out.
He could see stuff that we couldn't see, the eye couldn't see. So I was very, very impressed with the low light capability of the camera.
If we can do natural lighting, we're happier, because we must be lightweight, mobile, ready to go.
It's really difficult if you're shooting at night and you turn a light on an officer, suddenly they become the target, they can't see.
Lighting an officer out on the street is real dangerous for not only them, but for the person with the camera.
Nope.
Turn the light on.
Okay. We really have to shoot with what is there.
When there was no light to work with, Hypergain could make the shot. But in other situations, the camera's natural low-light capabilities produced stunning results. PowerHAD CCDs make the DXC-D30 a full stop faster than other cameras. So even with zero gain, the Camerale team could shoot night exteriors and even car interiors without additional lighting.
So now I've switched down to 0. Tell me what you think about working on the strip.
Working on the strip, it's a challenge.
In darker areas, that extra stop of sensitivity made 9 and 18 dB that much more effective.
Grown-ups Disneyland.
Would you like to work on the strip or downtown?
I'd like to do the strip.
It's kind of dark in here, so I have had to boost the gain.
The bright lights of Las Vegas against a midnight sky were no problem either. The new PowerHAD CCDs have also reduced vertical smear to levels typical of more costly FIT chips.
Put in our time.
It's a great looking picture for no key light. The exposure on his face is exceptional, even with the bright lights behind it.
It's really we've been as good as Betacam for almost all applications.
It is.
Yeah.
And in this case,
it's superior, yeah.
It's superior.
The evidence was conclusive. Shelley and Don made great demands on the camcorder, and the rest of the team confirmed the results. Low light, no light. The DSR-100 made the collar.
Live at the wedding chapel.
From flashing lights to flashing smiles, Lisa was assigned to a Las Vegas wedding chapel where she tested the DSR-200, a value-priced one-piece digital camcorder featuring the same high-quality DVCAM recording format as the DSR-100.
I like to shoot in the mirror, her putting her makeup on when she's getting her veil, the excitement in her face when she's finally realizing that now she's going to be a bride, and there's a lot of excitement that goes on at that moment. We're going to do this with natural light, I think. I shot natural light and just let the camera automatic functions take over. And it looks pretty nice. Okay, go ahead and put that.
User-friendly design, a built-in zoom, and automatic features make operation easy. And when desired, iris, gain, shutter, and white balance can all be manually set. Other conveniences include direct color playback, time and date stamping, and timecode recording.
That's pretty.
High-quality video is captured with 3 1/3-inch CCDs.
This camera was very easy to maneuver. It's light, it's balanced. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall off my shoulder. It's not front heavy, which is really, really good. You can notice immediately when you put a camera on your shoulder if you're fighting it the whole time, and I didn't fight this camera. The audio is very, very important.
Robert.
The camcorder's professional quality built-in microphone can be set to a highly directional mode, or switch to broader pickup patterns of 90 or 120 degrees.
One of the most important parts is it has XLR inputs, and there's 2 of them. So now I can have a wireless microphone on one channel, and then I can have a mixer on the other channel, and they're completely separate and they're completely discreet. I can listen to the groom's wireless if I feel like it. I can listen to the mixer if I feel like it. I don't have to listen to everything all at one time. It's really, really a nice feature. And let's see, our batteries are still good. Very good. Keep rolling. They do last a long time, and that's really important when you're out shooting long events. You don't want to have a battery loss right in the middle of the cake cutting. And you can keep rolling. It has a feature where you can take one battery out and put another battery in and keep the camera rolling, which is really nice. Let's try the remote control setup. You know, when we have those pesky clergy that won't let us be up in the front. We have that situation a lot of times in wedding video. Due to different circumstances, you can't man your camera. And then this way, we can stop and start the camera. It gives you a little bit of flexibility as far as zooming in and pulling out and making more of a point than just having a static wide shot covering the action. Pretty cool. We're going to turn this steady shot on. We're going to walk backwards and this will give me a little bit more balance.
The 10 times optical zoom lens offers super steady shot, which helps stabilize pictures without affecting image quality. The digital camcorder also has features designed to enhance creativity.
If you don't have a lot of post-production features, you can do a lot of things in camera.
Lisa tested overlap mode, an in-camera dissolve function that can add production value to titles and scene changes.
We could do a dissolve right in the middle here in the recreations, and as far as the lap dissolve thing goes, so let's try that. I'll do it with the flowers. I find it nice if you're going from a static shot because it does freeze the shot before it goes to the dissolve. You can see what you're doing in the viewfinder. You can see how it's superimposing, and it's a nice slow rate, and you can compose the pictures. If you are in a cuts-only situation and you're going to go back, you can set up a few things that have dissolves. Hang on, we'll start with the cake. And you can still pictures, and you can kind of decide what's being frozen and not. It's kind of neat.
Photo mode records a flawless still frame for 7 seconds with accompanying audio, with results as pretty as a picture. Lisa used all the major features of the DSR-200 and delivered yet another bride's dream, preserved digitally for generations to come.
Okay, guys, action.
Capturing the Camerale team's next stop, Tony put the DSR-100 into full automatic. One press of the EZ mode button activated the powerful total level control system and auto trace white balance.
This is a real test on this camera because we're starting outside with it's a top lit day, it's daylight. We're going inside and there's really nothing but incandescence in the ceiling, and it's a real hard lighting setup. I mean, the lighting changes are just enormous.
So we're still on auto at this point?
We're on auto throughout, yeah.
Get back on these cameras. I'm ready to eat.
We go back into a funny mix of daylight, and then we're going to just go into the studio, and it's all going to be tungsten.
Welcome again. How are you?
We set it up very, very quickly, and I don't think there's any other way of getting the shot without the automatic functions on this camera.
In the controlled environs of a Las Vegas soundstage, the Camerale team spent the afternoon exploring the fine details of the DSR-100. A new production feature for continuity and special effects was demonstrated.
An item freeze, all right, that's the one. Get down to freeze.
With Freeze Mix, a live camera shot was lined up and matched to a scene previously recorded on tape.
Hit freeze. We now have a translucent black and white image
I think you can see it, the black and white, when you do this.
Yep. We now have an image of the shot we were in on the tape. And now we want to get the camera angled properly to match up perfectly with where we were.
And we restore where we were.
That's right.
Quite simple. Very nice.
The camera's extensive viewfinder menus and built-in setup files were the next targets for exploration.
Ooh. I saw a couple of things there I liked. Sparkle, film-like. Those are kind of nice. I just jumped right out of my chair when I saw the menu go by and it said film-like. I mean, wait a minute. Lou, back that up. I got to see that one right off. I'd love to see what those look like.
You want to do a film-like look?
Yeah, now how do
Okay, put cursor down one more.
To change file.
Change file, hit the up button, and it's done. It's loaded into the camera.
I don't know, it's a little soft. What do you think?
Yeah, the film-like
It's almost-
look is deliberately
Kinda nice,
soft.
though.
It's a soft image by design.
So let's take a look at the non-film look and the film look there.
Okay, there's your standard look. That's the video look.
I can give it parameters now that soften it down like it doesn't have the edgy video look, which everybody shoots video knows what it is, and we always put filters on the cameras to knock it down. We're always softening up the look. This camera now has the ability to soften it up internally, so that's a real big feature to me.
And one of the advantages of this camera is that you can create your own look or alter any of the looks that come with the camera
You can
also.
also tweak gamma, blacks.
You can
All
change
that
it even
looks like
further.
I'm curious to see what the film look looks like and working with the black stretch to see
Okay,
what it
well, we
does
can
to
do
the
that
contrast.
too. We can change the look of this film-like file right now. Now, these are the various parameters you can change, and there's more on the next page. All right, you want to bring up the blacks?
Yeah.
Okay. That is addressing only black level below
That's as much as it can go.
30 IRE.
Yeah, see what it
See
does
it come
here
up, yeah.
in the desk.
Okay.
The detail level's on minus 1999, so you'd want to
Why
go
don't we
there.
do that one first and we can look at
Let's go down to the, let's bring the detail level up, see what happens.
So if we go up to around 40,
Yeah, what's that right there?
that's 40 right there.
That's getting better. Maybe we're in between film and video.
Yeah.
This is where you
At
can do the
minus
custom
36,
user.
which I
That's
think I
nicer,
really
yeah.
Now
like that.
you're customizing the look you want.
Because
That's
see
what
how
you're
soft she is now around her eyes?
Right.
Without,
doing. Right.
without feeling out of focus and underlit?
Now go back to the black stretch and run that down just a little bit more. Yeah, it makes it a little more contrast.
This is 0, so that's the normal.
Okay,
That's normal.
so now we've got some pretty nice looking blacks.
Yeah, I kind of like the way that looks.
Blacks.
So are we
Yeah.
ready? I think 15's where
We're going to leave it there?
Sure.
Go to the
why not?
next page. There's more adjustments on the next page.
Even though the camera has the different setups like film look and sparkle and that sort of thing, you don't have to live with that particular look. You can change any of the parameters within those particular settings. So that was very nice because you can get close with the setting and then you can tweak that to be exactly what you want.
Highest level of skin detail. So if we're going to reduce detail, we're going to bring it down.
The camera's performance on skin tone detail is the best I've ever seen.
Let's take a look at the skin detail function here. So you just press this button, set the hue.
You're going to set that box on an area of skin that designates the hue for skin tone. You're going to tell the camera what skin tone is. And again, don't get any of the zebra pattern on the walls,
Oh, got our
on the
entire
model's
face
hair.
there.
Okay,
And
okay,
Then we go in here.
right.
So you have 10 steps.
10 steps,
Yeah.
basically.
Really,
yeah.
1.0 is
1.0 is the highest
top.
level of detail.
Say 3.
Okay.
And let's click it on and off. Off.
Looks like you just put on a bunch of news makeup, is what it looks like.
Off. On. Detail off. Detail on. It's amazing that you see there's no change in the hair, only in
That's
the
right.
skin tone.
That's right,
And
exactly.
her hair's pretty close to skin tone, too.
It is. But the detail in the hair remains excellent.
Yep.
Takes years off your life.
It's incredible. You know, somebody just asked me, do you have a wrinkle filter? And I thought that this was interesting, that that's virtually what this is. It's a wrinkle filter.
We can go further into our advanced menus and also make adjustments on hue and saturation as well.
Now, why do we need? Oh, this will change the hue and saturation of our skin tone
That's
as
right.
it did detail.
That's right, exactly.
Ooh, okay.
It's a serious chroma increase.
That's way, yeah.
So if you have an actor who may have been out in the sun the day before, you can
Give a more
pull some of
normal-looking
that red
skin,
out.
or a model who is, you know, maybe a
Composite,
little
yeah.
pale, and you just want to add a little
Yeah.
color to the skin, make it more pleasing. So here you can make
You
any
can also
adjustments
use
you
that
want.
for creative
So now
applications.
you're definitely pulling out the...
Yeah,
So let's look at the hue.
yeah. I'd like to see a green model, I really would.
Okay.
We're changing you
There
to
you
green,
go.
is that
We
okay?
have this Martian motif.
You now look like a Martian.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's pretty neat.
Oh, I see.
Especially if
Okay,
you
well,
wash
she's-
the
yes.
hair.
Oh, hue, okay, she's going to get red
The
real
hair
fast.
stains.
Yeah.
She's got a sunburn.
Isn't that something?
So
Yeah.
this still works off of the skin detail function. It's still adjusting
That's right.
only for the
To that
area.
parameter.
To that parameter, that's correct.
Interesting.
Where that zebra effect
These
was.
flowers stay the same color back here?
Absolutely.
Hair, everything. Right, that's what's amazing to me. It only affects
Yeah.
that skin tone.
It's an incredible thing.
It really is. So instead of changing our whole picture as we may have done in the past to get the proper skin tone, we can do
Now
it
you can
just
do
on
it just
skin
on
tone.
skin
great.
itself, what you defined as skin, that's
So
correct.
especially if you're dealing with, you need to warm up
Yeah,
the look of the people. You're not having to do it through
great.
a blue gel or something to warm
Yeah.
up the entire frame. You
Right.
can deal with just skin tone.
I like, that's amazing.
The first thing I work on if I'm shooting a person is making their skin tone pleasing. With this camera, I can do that, and I can leave the background where it should be, whereas before we would compromise the color of the background for the skin tone.
That file we just created is in user file 1 right now.
You have the ability to set this camera up and then transfer that information to another camera and make it look identical, which up until now, again, was a feature you could only get on real expensive cameras.
So now what we're going to do is a function called setup navi. Okay, we're going to load this cassette in there. Notice what Setup Navi is going to do for us now. It's going to go from the camera to the tape. It's going to take our file and store it on a DVCAM cassette. This will take approximately a minute and a half, this process.
It's just like a tape backup on a computer.
It will save forever.
On the tape until you erase it and re-record. We're all done. It says done on the screen. This replaces a $60 setup card.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Setup Navi, page 13, will give us now the ability to load from tape back to our active area in the camera. Recall data, it's rewinding, it's going to find the beginning of your Setup Navi recording. Now it's playing back and it's reading the data into the camera. You'll have a matched camera to the one over there.
Incredible.
And
Now we see it.
we're done.
Oh, that was quick.
That's the setup.
The ease of setup and the ability to make the other camera look the same, I thought that the time spent doing it was so much reduced of the agony that you go through with the screwdrivers, tweaking black levels, etc. in a normal situation.
Let's set up the Steadicam.
Okay. Just recently, this camera would have been wonderful. I was using a top-of-the-line camera, and we didn't finish, and we can't get back in to do it for 3 more weeks. It would be really nice to have saved all of the camera parameters and be able to go back in, pop that tape in, and instantly get everything back so the rest of the shoot can look identical. And there's where it comes in handy.
With the 3 matched DSR-130s, the Camera Rally team set up to shoot a scripted scene and take advantage of a totally new feature made possible by digital technology and the DVCAM format.
And everybody mark in.
Sony's ClipLink operation is designed to make shooting and editing more efficient than ever by reducing and even eliminating the need for production logs.
And roll tape, everyone.
Every time the record button is pressed, a thumbnail image of the shot, an index picture, is captured for storage onto the DVCAM tape. At the same time, relevant data about the shot is stored on a chip built right into the DVCAM cassette.
Cameraman, mark in, please.
Additional index pictures and data are stored whenever the take button on the front of the camera is pressed. Press it while recording, and the word take appears in the upper left corner of the viewfinder. A mark-in point with an index picture has been logged.
Come on in, it's open.
Mr. Diamond?
Let's stop right there for a second.
Press the take button again. The take display goes away, and an out point has been marked.
Okay, let's take it again. Everybody mark
198 takes can be logged this way on each DVCAM tape.
I had an appointment.
Okay, and mark out, please. We'll have to take that again. Everybody mark their takes NG, please, and reset.
There's also an NG button on the side of the camera for logging takes that are no good. These NG takes can be easily sorted from the others during post-production.
And everybody mark your tapes in again, please.
With Tony's hands full, his assistant uses Sony's remote logger to mark takes.
Mark.
Come on in, it's open.
I think we'll call that NG again also.
I love the feature of being able to give it that's a good take, in and out parameters, or that's a bad take. Once you give it those parameters, it stays on that tape as a good or bad take. The take doesn't go away. You've just now defined a good or a bad take because of it.
Okay, everybody mark in again.
Mark.
And Tony, make your move. And action.
Come on in, it's open.
The ClipLink feature makes the camera very versatile because whether you're a news guy running around, you get the big shot of the person coming out of the fire or whatever you're doing, you can mark that stuff. It looks like it'd be easy to upload that stuff. Or a reporter that was sitting there taking sound bites could easily mark their tape.
Excellent deduction considering I had an appointment.
How can I help?
Well, you can start by calling me Laura.
Very good, and mark out. Well, we got that one. And that's a wrap. Excellent, everyone.
After the shoot, the group sat at Sony's new ES7 edit station to watch the ClipLink system work in post-production. The system read the data stored in cassette memory, quickly displayed the index pictures, and then transferred, at 4 times speed, just the preferred takes from the shoot. Within minutes, all the necessary footage was ready for a non-linear edit.
For production use, it could really save you from all the wandering through miles and miles of videotape.
The editor will be able to say, forget the bad takes, only take the good takes.
I see a huge use especially the editing portion of it for us.
With the final lap of Sony's Camera Rally complete, the test team stepped into the winner's circle and reflected on the equipment, the format, the weekend.
A situation like this is great because it gives us an opportunity to work with other professionals in the industry. We get a chance to bounce ideas off one another, to see how they work, and maybe take some of the things that they do and apply it in our own jobs. So it's a great opportunity.
To tell you the truth, I'm thoroughly impressed. I came here with a critical eye. I come from a broadcast background, and I'm looking for that kind of finished product, and I was impressed with it, very much so.
I love the quality of DVCAM.
I came here wanting to see how it compared with existing formats, and I'm extremely pleased with the performance and the price of it.
The latitude of the camera is incredible, the darks and the brights in one particular picture.
I like the automatic functions on the camera. I like the size. I like the power consumption. It's a good little camera.
Quality is better than I thought it was going to be, but I'm ready to buy. Give me one of those cameras.
8 video pros with high standards. They pushed their Sony gear to the limit, and at the finish line took the checkered flag. We invite you to put Sony's new family of DSP cameras and DVCAM format camcorders to the test. Put your hands on one at an authorized Sony dealer and experience a winner.